This is part 11 of Ibn Ishaq story, and we shall continue that. Another specimen of the spurious poetry fathered on Hassan is to be found on page 936, which belongs to a later generation. Here it is not the Prophet who is praised, but his house. How noble are the people, Qawm whose party Shia is the Prophet. They are the best of all living creatures. When we remember the resentment with which the Ansar in general and Hassan in particular felt when they got no share in the booty of Hunain, the line take from them what comes when they are angry and set not your hearts on what they withhold is singularly inapt. Another point which militates against the authenticity of poems attributed to Hassan is the prominence which is often given to the os. It cannot be supposed that a Kharjite or Kharji would ignore the achievements of his own tribe or put them in the second place on page number 455 when we remember that the hostility between the two tribes persisted long after Islam was established. A plain example of a later Ansari's work is given on page number 711, where the poem begins, O my people, is there any defense against fate? And can the good old days return? An impossible attitude for a Muslim to take during the Prophet's lifetime. Again, when Hassan is reported to have said, the best of the believers have followed one another to death. That was on page 799. It is sufficient to remember that practically all Prophet's principles companions survived Uhud, but when this careless forger wrote, all the best Muslims had long been dead. However, we have not got to this main points main point, which is to glorify the house of Hashim. They are God's near ones. He sent down his wisdom upon them, and among them is the purified bringer of the book. Here, the elites are the friends or saints of God, and Muhammad is little more than a member of their family. Divine wisdom is given to them. These two studies lay bare the wretched language in which many of these poems are written and incidentally bring out the difficulties which a translator has to cope with when the rules of Arabic syntax and morphology of the language are treated with scant respect. In fine, it may be said that their well documented conclusions made it abundantly clear that the judgment of ancient critics, particularly Al Jumahi, is justified up to the hilt. So we shall stop this part here.